Hello and welcome to another mathematics video in which this time we seek to solve for x the following system of two equations 1 and 2. Now I saw two solutions of this system at this YouTube channel here, but I made a slight modification to this system in that on this YouTube channel, they just had a space here on the right in equation 2 or a question mark. Now, I like to work with x's for unknowns, so that is the modification that I've made. I've written a squared plus 18 over a equals x. So that is the only difference to this system of equations that I've made. The method of solution that I've got, I think, is also slightly different to their two solutions. So we're going to make a start in tackling this system to work out a value for x, not for a. So we're not working out a value for a, we're working out a value for x. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by multiplying both equations by a to get rid of the fractional parts here. So what we will have here is a squared plus 3 equals 6a, and underneath in the new equation we'll have a cubed plus 18 equals xa. So let's go ahead and write that down. So multiplying equation 1 by a, we get a squared plus 3 equal to 6a. Right, and here we've got a cubed plus 18 equals xa. Now, I wasn't going to label these two equations because I haven't actually written them down in this form in my notes, and if I give them if I give them the labels equation 3 and equation 4, they will not be consistent with the equations that I've got in my notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just for now going to call this equation 1, we'll call it equation 1b, and we'll call this equation 2b. Right, so what we now do is rewrite equation 1b and equation 2b as a squared minus 6a plus 3 equal to 0. And equation 2b becomes a cubed minus xa plus 18 equals 0. And now we'll call that equation 3, and we'll call this equation 4. Right, okay. Now, we can't do much with these two equations, not easily anyway, unless we multiply equation 3 by a again. Because we want to make, I'll just underline it in red, we want to make this a to the same power as this a, so that we can subtract one equation from the other and get rid of the cubic terms, which is what we'll have. So multiply equation 3 by a to get a cubed minus 6a squared plus 3a equals 0. And we'll call that equation 5. Right, now equation 4 stays exactly the same. I'll just make that look a bit more like a plus sign. So equation 4 stays the same. So we've got a cubed minus xa plus 18 equal to 0. And that's equation 6. Now, if we subtract equation 6 from equation 5, we can write it like this. 5 minus equation 6 gives minus 6a squared plus 3a. So it's this minus 6a squared plus 3a minus a minus xa minus a minus xa minus 18, and that's just equal to 0. So if we tidy this expression up, I'll just get rid of this stylus underneath. So we get minus 6a squared plus 3a plus xa minus 18 equal to 0. Now I'm going to multiply everything on this left-hand side and the right-hand side by minus 1. So we multiply by minus 1 to get, let's go on to the next page. So we get 6a minus 3a minus xa plus 18 equal to 0, right? And I haven't labelled this equation as yet, so we won't label it. But let's go back to the previous equation. So this minus 6a squared becomes a plus 6a squared. This plus 3a becomes a minus 3a. The plus xa becomes a minus xa. And the minus 18 becomes a plus 18. So what we've got, if we simplify this, is oh, and that should be, if we just go to the previous page, right, that should be a 6a squared there. So what we've got is 6a squared, and I'm going to write the plus 18 here, and then I'm going to simplify the minus 3a minus xa to give minus a times 3 plus x equal to 0. Right? Now then, I will just confer with what I've written here. So yeah, so what we can do now is go back to black, is write 6a squared plus 18 equal to a times 3 plus x. Okay? So this means now, if you notice on the left-hand side, 18 is a multiple of 6. So we can factor out the 6. So let's just go to red. So we've got 6 times a squared plus 3. And that's equal to a times 3 plus x. Right? Now, if we divide both, well, really, let's just go to black ink for now. So dividing both sides by 6, we get 8 squared plus 3 equal to a over 6. Oh, and then we've got the 3 plus x there. And I've called that equation 6. Now, if we go back to equation 3, let's just go back to equation, here we are. So we've got, in this equation, equation 3, we've got a squared minus 6a plus 3 equal to 0. So we can rewrite this as a squared plus 3 equals 6a. So let's do that. let's write down from equation 3, we'll write down a squared plus 3 equals 6a, right? So we'll call that equation 7. That doesn't quite marry up with the equation label that I've got in my notes, but we're near the end now, so it doesn't really matter. So from equation 3, we've got a squared plus 3 equals 6a. And we know that in equation 6, we've got a squared plus 3 equals a over 6 times 3 plus x in brackets. So what we do is we substitute either of these equations into the other for a squared plus 3. So let's go on to the next page. So substituting, what looks easiest? So I'll substitute 6 into 7 because we want the x on the left-hand side. Substituting equation 6 into equation 7, we get, now I have to just go back and look at this. So we get a times, in brackets, 3 plus x, all divided by 6. A times 3 plus x, all divided by 6, equals 6a. 6a. So I think I've called that, well, we'll call that equation 8. Cancelling a on both sides, we get 3 plus x over 6 equals 6. Now, all we have to do is multiply both sides by 6. Both sides of, what equation number shall we give it? We'll call that equation 9. So this is equation 9, and we're multiplying that by 6 to get 3 plus x equals 36, right? So that's equation 10. Now it's quite simple because you just subtract 3 from both sides of this equation. So 3 minus 3 there, minus 3 gives, let's go back to black. Where's a pen? So gives x equal, well, 36 minus 3 is 33. And that is the answer. QED, quod erat demonstrandum. That which needed to be proved has been proved. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, I will bid you farewell for now and take care. Until next time, goodbye.